Have you ever been down to the bottom of a barrel when you're walking around, just trying to take care of yourself and your soul and nothing else matters, trying to get rid of the demons in the attic? I know why, man.
Welcome everybody. Today we are talking with Dustin Pineau as part of our Library of Lived Experience. So we are doing a series of interviews with people that are sharing their life stories. So welcome Dustin, thank you for being here today and for taking the time to share your life story and some of your lived experience with us. So I maybe just want to start with you thinking about some of the lived experiences that you've had in your life that have shaped who you are and how you show up in the world.
I think a big part of who I am is how I was raised by a single mom in subsidized housing growing up. Basically having to have raised my little sister too once she came along. I guess it shaped who I am. Like back then I didn't like it. You know, I felt like I had way too many responsibilities at such a young age. Like eight years old was when my sister was born. And my mom was working a lot or doing other things, trying to, provide for us. And I had to be there for Ashley a lot in my youth.
So that really impacted you, having to maybe grow up a little bit sooner than you wanted to?
Yeah, definitely became more of an adult at a young age. It was always one of those kids people said, oh, you're an old soul, right? And to me, that just means I grew up way too fast. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard. You didn't really get a childhood at that point, right? Mm-hmm.
So is there some resentment there towards your sister? Or
not really towards my sister,
your mom?
But towards my mom. There's always been a little bit. We have eventually gotten to a point where we were able to kind of talk about it a little bit, but there's always going to be that little bit there that, wishes things could have been a bit different.
Yeah.
But I might not have been who I am today either, though. So at the same time, it's one of those catch-22s, right?
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah. So do you want to talk what it was like for you growing up in subsidized housing? We hear a lot about subsidized housing, and I hear like beautiful stories about what a community it was, and then I hear stories that are not so nice. Yeah. So just what was it like for you?
It was like a mixture of both as well. Like the beautiful part was a lot of the parents were kind of there always looking out for the other kids, but at the same time, they didn't really see what was going on with the kids. Like the amount that I got picked on or bullied or beat up and stuff was ridiculous, all because I didn't do what they did. Like a lot of them got into partying or drinking or smoking and stuff like that at young ages. And if you weren't one of the cool kids, you got like ostracized and pushed to the side or beat up or picked on. And it was tough. It was challenging because at the same time, you don't really want to be going outside anymore and hanging out because every time you go out, you just get picked on. But then you just don't want to sit inside either because that's no fun.
Yeah. So how did being bullied affect you?
Honestly, it's something I don't really try to think about too much anymore because it's been so long. Like I kind of just pushed it all away. But if I look back and think about it at those times, it definitely affected me. I think it affected the way I reacted to other people and other relationships too. I always just expected everything to be negative and everything to be against me, I guess. There was nothing really pushing me forward or supporting me or cheering for me, even when my parents would be. I didn't really feel that way because I guess my brain was brainwashed in a sense.
Yeah, so you kind of felt like the odds were stacked against you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Still kind of feel that way, but
yeah. And so how do you deal with having to carry that emotion and that feeling with you all the time?
Honestly, I don't even know what to say to that because I've just been doing it for so long. It's just second nature. Mm-hmm. I've always felt like I've had to carry the world on my shoulders in a sense, right? Between my mom and my sister, and then my daughter when she came along. I've just always had to be a provider. And it takes a toll.
Yeah. Do you have like a support network, or is there times where you can put down that weight and just breathe?
Recently, it's just come to that because now that my sister's gotten older, I guess she's blown my mind because she actually has one of my biggest support systems now. I'm able to talk to her about a lot of the stuff that's happened in the past as well because she's now at an age where she can understand it and see it in a different light too. And she actually understands now. Before, just felt like everything was just expected. Nobody really saw everything I was giving. Mm-hmm. So to finally have that return, I guess, in a sense, if that's the right word, but.
Yeah. So I know that you've been honest and open about your struggle with depression in the past. Is that something that you feel like has shaped you, an experience that?
Yeah, I think my overcoming certain aspects of my depression has definitely made me stronger. Like, I don't think about killing myself, which is a bonus, right? When I was younger, I thought that was the one way to escape it all, but kind of happy that didn't go that way.
Yeah, so I am too.
I'm still here, so that's a good thing. And yeah, depression has all different forms, right? So I still deal with it, but
yeah, but so you found like some tools.
yeah, like my
that help you
music, I
cope
write
with
music, and I'm starting to get into trying drawing again and artsy stuff to challenge my brain. I find like if you're or activating your brain, I guess, helps you stay away from those areas that are just going to take over when you don't do anything.
Yeah. So were there any were there any attempts for you, or like how bad did your depression actually get?
The worst case, probably, I think I was 19 or 20, and I had every intention on it. I actually wrote a song about it. I was sitting on train tracks and just waiting for the train to come. And a friend of mine actually found me and kind of brought me to his house, and they wouldn't let me leave. And we kind of had a really nice long conversation. And that had probably been the closest to actually going through with the thoughts that I used to have. But since then, I turned to drugs too a lot. So
Self-medicating.
Just to numb it out.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, in a sense, what's subconsciously, not giving a crap about yourself. So kind of is sort of a way, in a way.
So what advice would you have for people that are struggling with depression now? Like, what helped you to like still be here, right?
Talk to people, open up. I know how hard it is. I know it is the hardest thing. I still have trouble with it, but if you can, that's the one thing I would say to people. Try to, lean on the people that are around you. Don't be afraid to talk about what's going on.
And what would you say to their like loved ones that are watching someone that they
Don't
care about like struggling?
Don't give up on them.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't give up on them. As hard as it may seem, just always try to still be there, support them. Because I know I pushed everybody away myself, and if they didn't stick around, who knows what might have happened, right?
Yeah. I know you've had some struggles with addiction and substance use. Is that something that you feel like shaped you, or like?
I feel it's made me stronger, just the knowledge of where I came from and where I am now. But it made me a weaker person during it, I found, because it was an escape. It wasn't real. Didn't care at that time, right? You don't think about what it's doing to you until it's like the next day, and you're like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Or why am I doing this? Right? But,
so yeah, different people have different like experiences with their addiction, and sometimes there's consequences that come with those, right? Like incarceration, like just destroyed relationships.
I got lucky in my sense of it all, but I never got incarcerated or anything like that.
But you've lost a lot of people that you cared about due to addiction. Is that something that you want to
That's a very hard thing for me to talk about, the grief that I still do, because I still haven't overcome it. I don't think I've even accepted it, to be honest, a lot of it, because it's basically seemed like as soon as one goes, and then as soon as I'm attempting to get over that grief, it's like slap in the face, there's another one, no, there's another one, there's another one. And it's ridiculous.
You probably can't even count the number
I don't have a number anymore.
Yeah.
No. By the time I was like 25 years old, I'd already lost 30 friends. And that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I read a quote where they said that your generation will attend more friends' funerals than weddings, right? And like
I can't even tell you how many funerals I've been to. I can tell you how many weddings, but not how many funerals. I've been to 5 weddings.
Yeah. Which is pretty sad.
I've been to probably more than 35 funerals. So.
Yeah.
It's intense. It's hard to keep going at the same time too, especially when I struggle with my own issues. That all I want to do is escape and fall right back into the old ways.
So what has helped you to not like fall back into the old ways? What are some of your coping mechanisms?
Staying busy, occupying my mind. Don't be alone in my mind too long. That's my only advice for myself. Like sitting at home and just dwelling on certain things or just not doing anything productive is not good. Even if it's just going for a walk around the block. Like just anything, something productive it's the only way I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Because I know myself, if I sit at home too long, you give me a day, one whole day by myself, then I'm already going back down.
It reminds me of the story of the two wolves.
Yeah.
If you know that story,
Yes,
right?
I do,
Where it's like feeding the bad wolf,
whichever
right?
one you feed.
And if you feed the bad wolf, he's gonna get stronger and he's gonna overpower. And if you feed the good wolf, then you have a chance to like survive and beat whatever it is that you're struggling with.
Exactly.
Like, so.
It's like that old saying with the mice too. Same idea, right? Two mice fall into the thing of cream. One of them gives up and drowns right away, while the other just kept fighting and churned that cream into butter and climbed his way up.
Yeah, I didn't hear that story.
No? I love that story.
Yeah.
I love that story so much.
For sure, yeah. So is there anything else you want to share about your life and your lived experiences that you think would be valuable to people that are watching or listening?
Just advice, I guess, to just keep going. Don't give up. We're here for a reason. We may not know what it is yet, but eventually we will.
Yeah. Do you know what your reason is yet?
Nope. I'm still going. Maybe this is my reason right here.
Just sharing
to speak about what I experienced, and maybe it can help somebody else down the road.
Do you want to just maybe comment on how this experience has been for you? And I know like yesterday you shared your story for the first time in a public setting. For people that are thinking maybe about wanting to sit down and share their stories, like what advice would you give to them? What would you say to them about how this experience has been for you?
Ignore the nerves.
Ignore the nerves?
Yeah, because once you get going, it feels good to actually talk and, release.
A little bit freeing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a burden that, you didn't realize was a burden. And it's like makes me feel lighter, I guess, in a sense. A little weight off my chest.
So why did you want to share your story?
To help myself, to be honest, to get it out of my head and, like I said, release the weight and to maybe help somebody else. Give some words of advice.
Well, I thank you for sitting down with me and being vulnerable and sharing your lived experience. I really, truly believe that this is the way that we will heal the world, is through sharing our life stories with each other. I think that it humanizes experience. It helps us to, understand where other people are coming from and, maybe show a little bit more empathy and compassion. And I think it brings us together. So I think that this series is so important, and I thank you for being a part of it. And so anybody that is interested, that feels like they have something that they want to free themselves from, or they have a lived experience that would be useful to someone else, I invite you to email me, and we can sit down and we can add you to our library of lived experience, because our goal is to actually get a diverse variety of different lived experiences and people of different backgrounds in that, so that we can all learn from each other. So thank you so much, Dustin, and thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Have you ever been down to the bottom of a barrel when you're walking around, just trying to take care of yourself and your soul and nothing else matters? Trying to get rid of the demons in the attic? I know why, man, because I'm constantly at it. Let's go back to when I was a youth. Always had an issue with telling the truth. Got me in trouble, better off as a mute. I was lying inside, I was dying and crying, reaching out the only way I knew how at the time. And I swear to God, it started, I was 5, man. 12 years later, I was flying and trying to get high on any drug that I could find, man. Didn't even care about the kind, and half the time I wasn't even buying. Used to love the so-called party scene, always sniffing cocaine and popping ecstasy, anticipating the next time that rush would enter me. I party so hard that I end up on the streets, robbing people blind while everyone else sleeps, and I didn't even care about police. I took the things I need, acting ski-z. Life was an easy. I did what I had to. I knew it was bad, Joe, so don't think that I'm proud, though. cause that shit haunts me. I think about it every day and I can't just go back to being that way. The life I was living, it wasn't given. God should have smitten. I'm surprised I'm forgiven for the crimes I've committed. How the hell am I still living? From the ashes I've risen, only to get back to my business. I'ma go platinum by Christmas, and I hope that you can be there so you witness, so that you're not asking who is this when you give my music a listen. I'll be in the proper position to envision a religion of born again Christians fucking all around me just like pigeons. Gonna turn the heat up in the kitchen. It's fire on the pages that I've written. And open your ears, eyes, and soul. Release the past and reach for more. Cause anything's possible, yo, just feed the fire. Do all you can now, follow your heart's desire. You can make it like Frodo or the Shire. Breathe in deep, yo, and feel yourself perspire. Overcome darkness and follow the light. Hard to find, well, just use all of your might. Be stronger than an ancient medieval knight. More deadly than 100-mile wide meteorite. Set a goal. Just reach and strive, constantly at it now while you're still alive. Working harder than the worker bees in the hive. Once accomplished, just reach for the skies. This is your life, forever going by. Believe your heart, yo, cause all else is a lie. All that matters is the goals and that you try. Do all of this now before you die, and build yourself up tall and strong like a tower, and tell your mind and your brain that you have the power. Wide awake always, no matter the hour, cause you can do anything, anyone can. Don't worry what they said, it don't even matter in the end. There's positive minds everywhere, you just gotta find them. Don't be making mistakes and don't try to hide them. We're all here together forever, no one survives it. Respect the ones around you, don't keep them private. They're there for a reason, always surrounding you. Let them in close, it's the best thing that you could do. Never thought it happened in my entire life. Too used to getting stabbed in the back with a dirty knife. Then it finally happened, finally found some friends. They're all around me forever. Until the end, I'm gonna go strong. Become the latest trend, do what I can. I'm the only one that makes the rules bend. I'm here for them, they're here for me. That's how it's gonna be, inevitably, consciously, for all of eternity. Yeah,
Thank you.